Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our power Yahweh. Hashem Yoshai, Hashem Kakarash. Call Halim Yahweh, Hashem Yoshai, Hashem Kakarash. That's the nation Hebrew, saying all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yoshai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the God of the Bible, who the world in call Jehovah, God or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to our brothers and Modi pushing his word in sincerity and in truth, and not leaving his gospel. Shalom. I just have two videos here from the YouTube channel. One on basically it's showing the news prophecy is about to fulfill. There's World War III, and the scripture speaks about it being fought with nukes, thermonuclear fire. Alright, so I'm just going to go straight into it and play a tool video.
Должно быть тоннеля под Карпатами, не должно быть мостов через Днепр и так далее. Кстати говоря, не должно быть электричества. Вот замечательно. Банда, повторюсь, воров и убийц. Впереди у нас, как нам ликвидировать экономику Прибалтики, чтобы они успокоились и перестали нам, так сказать, досаждать.
Поэтому, когда НАТО собирается, чтобы сказать, что мы их враг, это вы. Это вы.
Cut off electricity to Ukraine, blow up bridges, destroy the economy of the Baltic, stop energy exports to the West. This is Russian television for you. Russian propaganda network. These commentators want Moscow to unleash its fury. What has made them so angry? NATO's expansion. 2 more countries are joining the NATO. The decks have been cleared, and this is a major political defeat for Vladimir Putin. His friend, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, has turned. Turkey has dropped its objections to NATO expansion. Finland and Sweden are set to be part of this military alliance, and it's happening in record time. Putin attacked Ukraine to send a message to NATO. He wanted to stop its expansion. He's accelerated it. He's given NATO a new life and purpose. So Russian propagandists are crying war. They want an all-out attack.
Yeah, so basically, people in Russia basically pushing for war. And also the second video. Let's play first part, but maybe let's play entire thing because it's very informative. And as Apostle Tar bring forth, earlier in relations to Sweden and Finland joining NATO, it's prophecy fulfilling. Because what's taking place is, these Esau against Esau, but these nations, these European nations, along with America and Canada, they're teaming up to go up against Russia, to fulfill the Third World War, Armageddon. And that's what's fulfilling right now. Nations are preparing for war. It's funny, I was googling because earlier, when in the year, I believe Russia or Putin or one of them officials, said that they were basically, if Sweden or Finland join NATO, they had nukes that can reach them in like 2 minutes. I think it's 120 seconds. And here, as I speak about nations preparing for war, it's an article from RT dated today, June 29, 2022. Is Apostle Dub this year is the year of God. The Most High is turning up. The Abba Shemesha is turning up. Once that's taking place, here a lot of things taking place here. Prophecy. As he will say, at the end they shall speak and not lie. It says NATO admits it's been preparing for conflict with Russia since 2014. There's been a lot of preparations being done. As the scripture says, prepare war. When we go to the book of Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. So let's just play this video. Go straight into the scriptures.
That's what the war has done to Ukraine. Almost 4 months now and counting. Russia has been dropping bombs, and it's not done yet. Vladimir Putin is chasing a decisive victory, and for that, he's ready to push the nuclear button. The Russian president says they're deploying nuclear missiles. Listen to this.
Our armed forces now have the unrivaled S-500 air and missile defense systems. Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missiles have been successfully tested. We're planning for the first such complex will be deployed by the end of the year.
Nuclear missiles, the deadliest weapons in Putin's armor. He's threatening to use them. Listen to what he said last week, and I'm quoting. This is from the Russian president. We aren't threatening anyone, but everyone should be aware of what we have and what we will use, if required, to protect our sovereignty. Vladimir Putin was talking about nuclear missiles. He wants to deploy them by the end of this year, 2022. How serious is this threat? And where can Russia use these nukes? On Gravitas tonight, that's what we'll discuss. First, let's show you the weapon that Putin is talking about. This is it. It's called the Sarmat. It's also called the Satan. Now, this is an ICBM, or Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. What's an ICBM? It's basically a large missile, usually designed to deliver nuclear warheads. It has a minimum range of 5,000 kilometers. That's the criterion to define the ICBM. The Sarmat is the largest ICBM anyone has bothered to build. Putin has made some very big claims about this weapon. He says it can hit, quote unquote, any target on Earth, any target. It travels at speeds of more than 25,000 kilometers per hour, and it can carry more than 10 warheads. Of course, these are Russia's claims. It's difficult to verify the true capabilities of this weapon. But Putin wants the West to fear Russia's nuclear arsenal. The Russian president is sending a pointed message. Do not stand in Russia's way. That's what he's saying.
And why should we be silent? We will respond accordingly. As soon as we answer, they cling to it and say that Russia is threatening. We do not threaten anything, but everyone should know that we have nuclear weapons and that we will use them if necessary to protect our sovereignty. These are obvious things.
Yeah, and it's really obvious things. Yeah, because the most I put it in them to actually use these nukes in this war, yo. This is Isaiah 9 verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments roll in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. This third war would end in thermonuclear destruction, yeah. And the most I definitely create these media, these Russians, to ultimately, Ukraine war is just a warm up. The real thing going to kick off in the Middle East, and it go ahead with America, getting nuke. And Yahweh shall return according to prophecies, take on these nations, destroy them, and put them in slavery. This is Jeremiah 51 verse 11. Make bright the horrors, gather the shields. The Lord had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which Medes today in Russia, in technically in that land mass right now, where the ancient Medes was, fulfilling this prophecy. Right, so all this war take place right now with Sweden and Finland. The war in Ukraine is basically ultimately a war with two superpowers right now. Really, well, you have America, the war, and you have Russia, with the most I rise up, rise up with a lot of these nations, for go up against America. That's what's taking place. So the scripture said the most high what raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. That's why Russia right now, puff up with chest, and get rise up. And the most I do it. So as far as the device is against Babylon, America, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. So the Most High has risen up the media, the Russians, to create these devices. As the scripture says clearly when we go to the Isaiah, book of Isaiah 54, I think it's 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and have created the waster to destroy. So the Most High, give these scientists over there in Russia wisdom for build Satan 2, and Satan, yeah, but yeah, Satan 1, Satan 2. Maybe ever other missiles where them not really come out it and talk about. Or them a flex, ultimately, to take out America. Right? Because they will use them. Yes, the scripture say, as Russian president say, Russia will use nukes to defend sovereignty. It's going to come to that point, because scripture says this. Let's go straight to the point. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass. So it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. You know that evil thought? Push the goddamn button. They will think to push the button, right? To fire nukes on America. That's the evil thought, yo. You wonder for this shit. Press the button. It says, thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, and all of them dwelling with walls, without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. Because American military will be stretched thin. Enough for them will go over there in the land of Scripture say, bring them to a land of barren and desolate, referring to the Saudi Arabia. And stink out, go up, them will go over there, go dead off like, drop like fly. Right? And then what the most I just put it on the spirit of the media on skip able to say the near the the European Union members, the 10 horns, it's basically expand more. I will hit the war as well and fire nukes upon there. So let's get that real quick. Revelation chapter 17, I think it's 16. Yep, it says Revelation 17 verse 16, and the 10 horns, which a part of the 10 horns right now, also a part of NATO. Some of the members that will make up European Union are also NATO members. So it's the 10 horns. So it's if Finland or Sweden or Germany, for NATO. I ain't idea they ain't gonna get fed up on America because the America going to do something stupid. I can't tell you what it is. And the nation is I say enough of this shit. The most I gonna put it in them spirit for fire nukes. It's because I think an evil thought. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall eat the poor which America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That fire is thermonuclear destruction, yeah. Because Scripture says what? Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, say the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. And this going to fulfill the scripture in the book of Revelation 18, in the lake of fire, right? It's all majority of the nukes here is going to hit America. Scripture over about 200 million warrior dropping on America. Basically scripture said when it drop, the earth will rock to and fro like a drunkard. This is Isaiah 34 verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter, and even World War III is their own slaughter. Right? They fight against each other. Scripture says, Satan divide against Satan, and each kingdom can't stand. Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melt with their blood. Holy for dead body. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their host shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. And this is referring to the mushroom cloud, like a scroll, because it's a descriptive writing. Shit. Let me just wait, sorry. Mushroom cloud. Does it look like a scroll rolled together? Alright. So what's gonna happen when these nukes hit ground zero? Or something like this. I think this was in Beirut. Yep, Beirut explosion. Yeah, well, this wasn't a nuke. As Russia will use nukes to defend sovereignty. Most are gonna make them use nukes. And that's gonna fulfill Isaiah 34. Verse 4, it says, verse 5 now, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is Greek, we say Edom, says, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So the Most High will make World War III fought with nukes, and America will be destroyed utterly. So these Russians, the Most High put in them spirit, if you rise up, build them technology, if you ultimately take out each other, really, but it gonna end with nuclear destruction. And America will be wiped off the face of the earth, a perpetual desert. No man now will go back there. I think that's what Isaiah 13 chapter. But yeah, we in a prophetic times, yo. Like Jacob, like we say, our people in general, like we say, the old were Bible days. Because the scriptures are fulfilled left, right, and center, yo. 'Cause we're in that time. So just came across these videos and spread this movement to this. Let's know pretty edifying till like out there. Of course, giving all praise to our poor how about Shemi Shai, about Shemi Kakodash. The one is unto elders and apostles of great millstone, and shalom to the full like shalom.